Thank you, Mr. Schuck. What I'd like to do now is go ahead and invite our panelists. I'm going to call on you one by one to make any opening comments you'd like to make. We're going to try to stick to the 5-minute rule, so you have a device in front of you with some lights, and it'll start out green, and when it gets to yellow, it means you've got 1 minute left to try to sort of wrap up your comments, and then when it turns red, your 5 minutes is up. I'd like to start by recognizing Mr. Leahey, President and CEO of Medical Device Manufacturers Association, for any open comments you have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Nye, Ranking Member Schock, members of the subcommittee. On behalf of the hundreds of innovative companies that the medical device manufacturers represents across the country, I would like to thank you for your efforts to strengthen and modernize the SBIR and STTR programs. MDMA's mission is to ensure that patients have timely access to safe and effective products, most of which are developed by small, innovative medical technology companies. After reviewing the subcommittee's various legislative proposals, I am confident that if enacted, these improvements ensure that small, innovative companies have access to necessary resources to develop life-sustaining and life-enhancing products. Given the advancements in science, increasing regulatory requirements, and access to venture capital that are often needed to develop these technologies, it's critical that changes are made. Furthermore, with today's economic climate, government assistance for small companies has never been more important. One of the cornerstones of the government investment in small companies has been the SBIR and STTR programs. Resources from these programs, in addition to private investment, have greatly improved the quality of care over the past 20-plus years. However, as you are aware, the Small Business Administration's reinterpretation of the definition of individual has hindered the landscape of the public-private partnership envisioned by the SBIR program. Since SBA's reinterpretation of ownership requirements under SBIR, the number of medical technology companies applying for grants has significantly declined. Applications for SBIR grants at the National Institutes of Health, the most prolific grantor of SBIR grants to medical technology companies, have dropped nearly 12% in 2005, 14.5% in 2006, and 21% in 2007. As a result, many promising technologies from smaller companies did not receive support from SBIR, and patients have suffered as a result. MDMA strongly believes that the SBIR program should support small companies with promising clinical technologies, regardless of whether venture capitalists have partnered with the company. Fortunately, this subcommittee is taking the necessary steps to correct the actions of the SBA and ensure that the SBIR and STTR programs are restored to their critical roles of providing promising entrepreneurial technology companies with the resources needed to develop clinical solutions of tomorrow. I would now like to focus my remarks on a few key elements of the subcommittee's legislative proposals that are welcome improvements to the current programs. First, as stated above, the reauthorization should include language to restore the participation of venture capitalist-backed companies, especially the redefinition of the ownership requirements for business concerns. This will serve to provide SBIR grants to the most promising technologies, which are likely to provide the greatest public benefit and patient benefit. Second, MDMA believes that increasing the dollar amount of the Phase 1 and Phase 2 grants to $250,000 and $2 million respectively is critical to address the increasing developmental concerns. In addition, it will help provide the necessary incentive to encourage more companies to apply for grants. Given that the award levels have not been modified since 1992, this change is long overdue. Third, MDMA supports allocating additional resources to conduct outreach efforts to increase participation and provide application support and entrepreneurial skills to prospective participants. These initiatives should serve as an important tool for small companies to achieve the ultimate goal of successfully commercializing technologies that will benefit patients and caregivers. Fourth, MDMA supports efforts to evaluate recipients of multiple Phase 1 awards, but who were unsuccessful in receiving Phase 2 awards. This is an absolutely critical element to ensure that the program funds are allocated to those with the greatest likelihood of commercialization success. Finally, it would be beneficial to remove the requirement that a company must have applied for a Phase 1 grant in order to apply for a Phase 2 grant. If this rule changed, MDMA believes that small business participation in the SBIR program would increase. Adopting these challenges outlined above and included in the subcommittee's legislative proposals are consistent with the SBIR and STTR programs to ensure that the nation's small, high-tech, innovative businesses are a significant part of the federal government's research and development efforts. They are also consistent with the SBA's mission to strengthen the nation's economy by enabling the establishment and validity of small businesses. Thank you again for your efforts and leadership to improve and modernize these important programs, and I look forward to answering any questions that you may have. Thank you.